My last video I made out here, my memory card and my camera didn't have much memory left on it. So I only got a few minutes of it before it cut off, and I think today I should have a lot more. But if it gets cut off at some point, without me saying it, it means it cut off a little bit early on me. But I want to sort of bring out the day to where I go a lot of days at least and walk on this road. And I don't think I do have enough memory to do the whole time that I'm walking, because it's usually about a little bit over an hour. But I can film a good bit of it at least. And I'm actually holding this down at waist level. I can actually look here at the camera and see this. I'm going to see here if you can, I'm going to stop. Usually I don't stop as much as this. I don't know if you can hear the water down here. If I can zoom in on it. There you can see it. See the water? Not as easy to see, maybe it's this far off. There's a lot of woods, it's a downhill walk from there. I may run into some cars. There's not as many cars up here. There's not. I come out here and walk a good bit, and don't run into a whole lot of traffic. For a long time, there was a lot of loggers out here doing some logging. I haven't seen as many of them recently, so they may be done with all the logging that they're doing. Oh, now this right here is an interesting little thing that you don't. A lot of people will come here and try to, throw rocks down this thing here. You can see this right here, and let's see if I can turn it up there. You see it goes all the way down there, and all those trees kind of, there we go, getting out of focus there, but obviously right down there is also the river, or I call it a river, it's a creek. Just a little, you can see it. You can see it flowing there, back out here. And you see the whole thing. Now what they do here on this, ever so often at least, is they use this, some people will know what that's for, but they use it to stock, usually I think to stock trout in this creek. They will bring them, they will put them in here, in a big bunch of water, a lot of the younger ones I guess, and send them down there through this, and they'll go into the creek down there. And they usually do that. There's actually 2 or 3 of those long kind of pipes like that there. That one's pretty long. The other ones are not as long as that one. I mean, by length, I mean from the top to the bottom, down from the road to the creek, because the creek's a lot closer to what it is right there. A lot of people like to, as they're walking along here, they'll take rocks and put them down through there. I've done that several times. Kids love to do that. But that's what the purpose of it is for. Now, right here is one where you can see it's a huge walk down here to where the creek is down there. I haven't been down there. I've been down to a few places on that. The leaves almost look golden in here, especially with the sun shining on them. Some of them are starting to turn brown, so some of them are falling. It's good to be able to see these and be able to get them on film here. I've done this on a few of them, I guess. A few of these videos before they all fall off. some over here that are kind of orange colored over there. This area where I'm walking in is in, I hear a plane. This area where I'm walking in here is an area that we call the pocket. It's because of it's kind of pocketed between a couple of mountains on either side of it here, and also just the geography of the county I live in, Floyd County, Georgia. If you were to look at it on a map, and you can easily find it. You see the leaves falling here? It's sort of the, if it were a state, you would say this is the panhandle. It's a little small area right in between a couple other counties. But this is part of the Chattahoochee National Forest, and it's not nearly as crowded up here. Obviously, as I said, you don't see a whole lot of traffic up through here. Now there's an evergreen tree in the middle of all the ones changing colors. There's one evergreen in the midst of all the deciduous trees. That's I'm assuming a cedar tree. But as I said, this area has always been called the pocket. A little further up here from where I walk at. Hopefully I'll have enough here where I get up here where I make my turnaround. I say a little further up from that, there's a campground. It's called the Pocket Campground. It's run by the National Forest Service. There's a dead tree. It's kind of bent over there. It's kind of warm out today, even though it's already in November in the fall. Some days it's a little bit cooler. It's 70 degrees thereabouts out today. At least in the shade here, it's a little bit cooler. But I am wearing shorts and a short sleeve shirt today. And I don't know what I'll see up here. I don't see very many animals up here other than squirrels and some birds flying around. I have seen what I think was a deer one time. It was down over on this side, not right here, but it was on that side of the road. It was down in an area when I saw it moving and I couldn't see it well enough, but it looked like it was probably a deer. Now right here, the last video I made, this is right about here was where I started at. You can see here a lot of yellow in here, and you can see right here probably, I can see it, I hope you can see it on the video here well enough, a lot of leaves falling as the breeze is blowing. Yeah. And you see this, the sky here, a little bit, there's some clouds, but they're not, it's not going to rain. It's just a little bit of clouds and a lot of blue. Haven't had as much rain recently. There's some more. Here's another one of these little things here, little chutes where you can send it down through there. I'm get a rock here and send it down through there. Just a little bitty one there, just a rock that size. I will put it right in here, and I hope this is going to be good enough where you can see it flop down there. Now it stopped on the way in there. If you get a big rock, it'll go all the way through. The little one, it may not do that. Here's, looks like this might be a bigger rock here. I'm gonna try this. Try it one more time here. There we go. Now, well, this one, if I can get this up here, no, that's too big. Ah, there's a big one. This should probably go all the way through. All right, 2. Ain't nothing wanting to cooperate with me today. Usually I can get those things to go all the way down through there. Something may be blocking them in there. I don't know what that would be, but anyway, that turned out to be a big failure today trying to do that. Sometimes you can get them to go through there and you can hear them, you know, plop in the creek down there. Today is not the day to do it though. Maybe when they come and put some more trout in there and run the water through, that'll knock all the rocks out. Now you can see a sign right here. No camping here. There are some areas here where camping is legal and people can camp out, but they have to put it on some of these areas that you're not allowed to camp at. You can see the spider right there. Oh, he's hid underneath that leaf right there. Let me see if I can get him to move here. There he is. And there he goes. See a lot of walking through here along the road. Mostly what I've seen are like centipedes, millipedes, spiders, worms. You hear things crawling around in the forest over here. I think it's probably mostly squirrels. If you've watched some other videos I've made, I've been in this same area. It's not obviously on the road, it's along one of the trails off the road. But I've seen some snakes there during the springtime. I've never seen one out here on the road though. I've seen them on the bank of the creek and whatnot, but I've never actually seen one on the road here. At least not one living. I've seen some that were there at the wrong time and got ran over. Right here we can look at some more rapids here where it's kind of fast flowing. I stepped off the road, just if you hear the crunch, it's me stepping on these leaves. No parking on either side of the road. Well, it's going to be very difficult to anyway, but some people do pull their cars over, and that's not allowed in through here. Right here is you see it's coming from off up there to the hills. I've never gone all the way up through there. You've seen as much of it here as I've ever seen. I've never walked up through there, although there does appear to be some sort of a trail right over there. As you can see, it comes down there, and then it goes under the road here, and it comes out over here on this side of the road, and goes out right there, and then goes down into the main creek. Now right here, this little area here, you can see there's a place kind of here where, I'll get this out here a little bit. It's a little stiller in through here. There's where the rapids start, and there's some up above it as well, but right in here it's a little bit, it doesn't flow as fast, it's deeper. The old saying, still waters run deep, and it's true here, it's a little bit deeper. And a lot of people in the summertime especially, you'll see come up here and swim in this area. Also, you'll see people up here fishing. This is a good area to do it. It's a little bit deeper. The line's not as apt to get caught on things, so you'll see a good number of people up in that area fishing. Although they fish all along in here. What I do wish, though, is people would pick up their garbage and not leave it here. And that's not the only ones I've seen so far. I think that's the first things I've seen, though, that were not something of the alcoholic variety. Usually that's beer cans get thrown around. I'll also point out something here that I'm doing wrong, and I do it most of the time, is when you're walking on the road like this, you should walk on the left side of the road. I just typically, because we drive on the right side of the road, I typically just walk over here. There aren't as many cars here, it's not that big of a deal, but and if I need to, because I can usually hear them long before they come, and I've kind of figured out by the time they get to me which side of the road I need to get on to give them the most area. Here you can see all the leaves that have fallen. And you can see some in the creek here, as they just keep flowing on down. And I hear a vehicle right now. I'm not sure which way it's coming from, but I can hear it. Oh, it's coming from behind me. You'll see it pass me here in a minute. So I'll stay over here as far as I can. And there it goes. Right here's another. This is where it's obviously a little more rapids, a little faster flowing. Right up in here. Again, they want to emphasize no parking. It says it on the back side as well. Right up here, we're coming to a road. It'll be off to the left up here. And it's a logging road. It's where a lot of that logging has been being done. You may, I don't know if you can tell it real well here on this camera, but this road over here is still a lot of mud, dirt. Those trucks were coming out of there. As they would be coming out, they would leave a lot of dirt. Here's one where it's kind of caked up a good bit right there, and you can see some tire tracks on it. As they were coming out of there, leaving a lot of dirt. Well, here's a crow. There's a lot of, I've seen crows up here. And I spot one on a limb somewhere. I'll see if I can focus in on them. I saw a couple of them the other day when I was coming through here. Now right here, this is the road I was talking about where there's a lot of logging. You can see even over through there where a lot of trees have been cut down, and they've done it far more as you go back in there. There's a lot of it's been done. See if I can catch that sign right there. Oh, I thought I hadn't gone up far enough, but I was too far up. Move over here, see if I can. Yeah, you may not be able to see it through there, but it says littering is illegal. And it says, I believe laws against littering are strictly enforced by the Department of Natural Resources. Yeah, not so much. I wish they were enforced a little more, but that's kind of one of the things you have to catch somebody in the act of doing it. And they're not enforced all that much, so there's a lot of litter. But here are people throwing bottles and cans and wrappers and bags and so forth through here. I say if you don't catch them in the act of it, it's kind of hard to catch them. There's some birds chirping over here. And right up here you can see, I'll just go ahead and zoom in on it. There's a stand of pine trees through here. So there's more evergreens. Here's another place where another creek comes into this one. It goes under the road here, in this area right here. And they got observation decks. I guess you could fish off of those, but I don't think many people would because it's not very deep there. And then it comes out somewhere over here. Yeah, right there. Right there is an area where people pull up and park there, sit. Right here is the famous sweet gum tree I've showed so many of over my time of doing this. Actually, this is interesting. Some of these are somewhat still a little bit green. A lot of them are yellow. A lot of them have turned. They usually, a sweet gum, like this one here, tends to be one of the first ones to turn. This one, those held on a little bit longer. I'm going to scrunch it up here so I can smell it. It's got an unmistakable smell to it, and I've always loved to smell it. There's some that stand out right there. I think that's a maple tree. I think that one is too. One's kind of a red, one's kind of a golden orange. Now right up here, you can see this road right up here. There's actually a kind of a three-way thing here, because there's one way to turn onto this road, and then there's another little, that road that's going on to kind of splits there. Part of it for if you're coming this way, or the other way if you're going the other way. And this is where I usually make my turnaround at. Oh, I hear another car coming behind me. And the question is, will they be going straight, in other words, to the left here, keeping on this road, or will they be going to the right and getting off on this road? We shall find out momentarily. Oh, they're actually turning back on that little place where I showed you there where people will stop. But this is where I turn. Go up this way just for a moment. What the road does here, right over here is another place where they've been logging. There have been a lot of trees cut down through there. I don't know if they're done with it or not, but they've been through there. And then I turn right here. Just makes a little triangular thing here, this piece of the land here in the midst of the roads, and go back down to the road that I was just on, and I'll turn around down here, go to the left right down here. Now if you went to the right here, you can see there's a stop sign right there. Oh, here comes a blue Jeep, it looks like. But if you went to the right here, that campground I mentioned was right up the road here, just a few inches away. There he goes. But I won't be going that way. I'll be going to the left here, returning back toward my car. And it just hit me as I looked at this. I've been doing this for 30 minutes now. Now normally I'd probably be done a little bit quicker, but I've stopped a few times along the way, showing you some of the sights. Which, if you've bore with me this long, you're obviously interested in watching somebody take a walk like this. But I've just filmed this so I can have it, obviously, to look at the scenery here. There's another, and we're going to pass by the ones I showed you just a moment ago that are kind of the red and orange or golden type colored. There's the sun right there. It's kind of behind the cloud. Whoever that was that pulled in there, they just turned around, I guess. Oh no, I see them down there. They're on the other side, actually. This little area where I said that cars can pull up whenever I walk back through here. I always walk that way, because it's a little bit extra walk, and you get to see the trees here on the side. So we're gonna walk up here, and that's a maple tree. It only stays like that for a little while. You get to see how nice it looks. Back out as far as I can doing that. And here's another one. I said it's more of a golden orange type color. And there's still a few green, a little bit of green in there, but also a maple. There's some people you've seen pull it off up there. I'm backing out here. And away they go. All right, and now I'll walk back part of the area that I've walked at before here. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shut this off right now. I may make a second one with what little, I don't know how much time I've got left on this, memory I've got left on this card here, but I'll film another one when I get back past what all I've walked, that I've already walked up to this point, without just showing you the return trip, just to show you something something new. So thanks for staying with me this long. On here you get to see, I'll leave it on just for a moment here. You can see a car actually coming toward me. He's got his lights on. Actually a truck. All right, and now